Yo, what's up? Welcome to a new episode. Today I'm gonna decode one of the most beautiful riffs from Death, from one of the most amazing songs from Death. It's called Without Judgment from the album Symbolic. It's one of my favorite albums, and no matter if you're a fan of Death or today it's the first time that you listen to this song, I recommend you to stay in this video because I'm gonna show you how to work the string skipping with this progression. It's beautiful. And it's amazing, and it's a really great right hand picking workout, okay? So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna check this part together. I'm gonna show you how I would practice on my own because it's very tricky. It's a very tricky tremolo combination with string skipping, so you will see. And I'm sure that if you apply everything how I say in this video, you're gonna be able to level up and play these kind of riffs very easily, okay? By the way, my name is Bibi Plaza from the metal band Cryzix. I've been playing riffs like this for 18 years already. I have a school where I teach to all my students how to play riffs like this, and today I'm gonna show to you how to play this motherfucking riff. So let's play it first and then we'll dive into it. Alright guys, motherfucking Chuck Schuldiner is a genius, guys, and he's one of my favorite guitarists, but not just because all the people talk about Chuck Schuldiner like the inventor of heavy metal, death metal, but I don't think we have to praise him just by progressing the style like this. That yes, also, with his band Death, if you check the first albums, it's more brutal, it's more like death, raw death metal, but then he progressed the style so well. And not just the musically, no? If you check the lyrics of this motherfucking song and this motherfucking album, Symbolic, man, I'm gonna tell you that there's a click, you know? There was a before and after in my life. I was listening to Death, okay, and I was listening to these songs, but it came to a moment of my life, maybe it was a moment of maturity or whatever, that I started to check in a different way, the lyrics of this album, Symbolic, and the Beyond, where, let's say that Chuck was going more into philosophical matters of life and death, and I fucking blew my mind. It fucking blew my mind, you know, and that's why I would make just a video of just the lyrics and the messages of this guy that to me was like a prophet in metal music. But we're gonna just now today go into the string skipping, which is gonna be a very tricky technique if you are not mastering the inner tempo software. The inner tempo software, as I told in every video, you know, it's this software installation in your brain that you're able to sing the riffs, meanwhile you snap the fingers and you understand better the rhythm. Without this accomplished, it will be this kind of riffs, it will be really hard, okay? So if you're not maybe in that level, even that this riff, we're gonna play it slow, okay? So you can also play it. I recommend you that you first go to my free masterclass inner tempo installation of your software, that is gonna be in the link of description of this video. So you also work into that. This is going to be a masterclass that I will be sending you one exercise and another exercise that it's going to be very cool on your email, and you can practice that more, okay? But now let's try to do this, okay? Let's try to do this string skipping in the way how I would practice on my own if I would have to record or perform this riff live, okay? First of all, the tuning of the guitar is in D tuning, D standard tuning, and we're going to be basically rotating from the string number 6 and the string number 7 all the time, okay? And the first riff, main riff, is gonna be something like this. Slow. You see, it's like a Swiss clock, okay? It has to be everything like taka, 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 okay? It doesn't have too much mystery, you know, to play it. If you play it slow, you will see it's very easy. But the challenge here is to maintain the tempo when we are playing fast. Here's where the tricky part gets, you know? So what I would do, I would break down the riff. I would try to play the riff first in the tempo that you can play it, okay, and then try to progress the tempo. And what I would do later, I would just break down the riff, okay, because playing all the riff, all holding on everything, keeping everything, is like very heavy. So I would break it down. I would simplify it. For example, let's push it now to 137, and what I would do is like this. For example. And then I would progress this way up. So like this. 1, 2, 3, and sorry. And for example, later let's go to more crazy tempos like this. Okay, or maybe try to leave more space. You know? And then I would do it like crazy for 200. But now I'm going very fast because I don't want you to that this video stays too long. Even that it would be cool because then I can monetize it better. but well, the thing is that no, just joking around because they pay me, I don't know, some cents per video. So but here what I don't want to stay like too long for this, you know. So what I would recommend you is to go 2 BPMs, 3 BPMs per BPMs going up. 3 to 3 or 5 to 5. This would be my recommendation, okay? Now 208, for example. You know, it's getting harder. It's cool. It's a good way. It's a good way to get into this flow, you know. And then what I would do, even when I try to increase as much as you can, keeping this tam tam tam, taku taku takum, taku taku takum, taku taku takum, then I would go to the ceiling point, back to the ceiling point. That I think I forgot about this, but the ceiling point, just so you understand, is you start from the starting point playing it really good, and then you progress it until you cannot play it anymore, keeping this taka 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 taka. Okay, so the original riff. Maybe let's say that, for example, at 150 you were not able to play it together like in a consistent way. For example, 150. So what I would do, then once we went to the breakthrough, once we break through this ceiling point with the simplification riffs, then I would come back to the riff and I would do it like this. Back to the ceiling point. Sorry, I'm not playing it all. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, and I would go part by part. I would go, you know, step by step. Now, you know, it's like we're eating a big cake. We're eating piece by piece. Now this piece is the one that we want to master first, and then we put attention into the second riff, which is crazy. This is a string skipping plus not down picking, but tremolo picking. Delicious, but hard. You know, keeping all the tika taka 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 in between, you know, that's crazy. So it's taka tuku 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 taka tuku 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 taka tuku 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 taka tuku tuku, you know? Taka tuku 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 taka tuku 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 taka tuku 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 taka tuku tuku tuku. We're gonna try to play it very slow, because here we want to maintain all the pickings on its place. So for example, 120. Okay, and I would go like this. That, by the way, I remember that I never played with that. No, anywhere. I mean, I never saw death. Of course, I never saw death in my life because I was too young when they were, before Chuck Schuldiner died in 2000 something. I was just mainly starting to listen to some music, so it was impossible for me to reach for that because I was just discovering Linkin Park. But I remember we played with Dead in Moto Culture Festival, the tribute with the original, well, some of the members that played with them, like Jane Hoglan, and then the bass guitar from Testament. I forgot his name. He plays with the fretless and in barefoot. I forgot his name. So we played with them in Motoculture, and it was a great life. And also, by the way, if you have a band and you also want to know what we've been doing with my band, Cryzix, all over the world, touring and having our career, because you're writing your music, I recommend you to check my playlist, Extreme Metal Business, where I talk more about how to start your own career, which is not easy, but it's really cool. We've been traveling a lot, and I had the luck to meet a lot of musicians, bands, and all over the world. It's cool. That's why I like to share all these experiences and knowledge. So now we're gonna go through this riff. Join me with this one. Okay, very bad. 1, 2, 3, and. You see, I'm playing like shit, and I'm not gonna edit this, okay? Because I want you to be aware that I'm able to play. I'm capable. I'm capable physically to play this riff tight, but because this is not aligned, that's why it's not sounding tight. So what I'm gonna do, like any of my students when I'm doing these classes one-to-one in my course Extreme Metal Picking, what I do is, man, stop and sing. So now I tell to myself, stop, baby, and sing. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, again. So what I would do to do it a little bit easier, I would do a loop. So for example. Okay, I would do something like this. Let's try to play it a bit faster now. So I would do a loop like this, and then this would be the starting point, 120. Now I would look for the ceiling point. Let's say, for example, my ceiling point is 150 again, okay? For example, 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, and then from here, what I would do is now, after this, do the first simplification. I increase again to 160, for example, and now I simplify the riff like this. Now, with this, what we achieve is that there's so many notes. Again, this tremolo picking is very tricky because there's a lot of notes. But now we have less notes, and everything has to be more like, okay, now it's not like I'm playing tremolo like and see what happens, but no, now I know that it's taka 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 taka, you know, and everything has to fit, you know, and you have less notes to be aware, so now you can focus better on putting everything on its place. 1, 2, 3, and. And then we try in this one. Okay, and then I would increase more and more until you start feeling again that you cannot play it anymore, and then I would do the second simplification. Let's say, for example, I'm in 180, and I'm gonna do a second simplification to play it even easier. You see? And then I would try to increase it as much as you can, man, as much as you can. For example, 192, 3, and. Okay, and after this mega exposition to this mega tempo, now it's like a bubble gum. So we stretch it and then go back to the ceiling point, the original ceiling point. So for example, it was 150. I just marked it here, but you have to do it on your own. Okay, your own tempos are your own. It's like I'm just doing a gym session now, with my own weights. But you don't have to copy my weights because you have your own muscles and your own strength. So this is exactly the same. I'm just doing it as a reference. I'm back to 150, and now it's cool that when you spend time, and you have to spend a little bit more time than this video, you spend time just going 5 to 5, increasing 5 to 5, 5 to 5, and then you come back to 150, or sorry, still the sitting point, and then you try to play it again. Okay, and I would do then is I would play all the riff together. When you have a little bit this part, the first part and the second part together, then let's play everything together. Okay. So basically, this is the philosophy that you have to apply in any riff, you know, any riff that you want to achieve and decode. Just try to, like, very slow, then find your starting point, increase it until you cannot play it anymore in a like, okay, everything is sounding tight, and then you start simplifying it. And when you practice like this and you do it over and over in a period of time, for example, 7 days, and you pick 10 minutes, 15 minutes per day trying to do this, you know, that's when you really level up, you know. That's when, in the matter of, the consistency here is the key, you know. So in matter of 7 days, 15 days, if you do it, I promise you that you're gonna be surprised on how much you're understanding now the riff, the flow. How are you detecting, you know, analyzing little things on the riff, movements that you are unlocking and playing it better, and now you're getting tighter with more groove, and you're surprised, like, wow, I'm closer to Chuck Schuldiner's version, you know? So this is the methodology that I show to my students, guys. And this is what I try to teach also to the world, you know, in these videos, when come to me guitarists that are not playing tight, you know, and they are like watching my videos and they tell me, hey, baby, man, I cannot play this riff or that riff. And you send me videos and all, and it's cool, you know. I like that you go to my Instagram at BB Plaza and you send me messages like, hey, I'm trying to do this, or help me with that. But what I found ultimately that what helps me the most to guitarists is when we do a quick session, one-to-one, you know. And that's why every month I try to help at least five musicians, you know, that I can book a free session with them, so I can make strategically checking, you know, like a doctor. I can check strategically what is the flaws on your technique. Why are you playing this bad or this good? Why are you mistaking here? Why you have a resistance here? And it's way faster than doing it in a video call than just texting. So that's why there's spots in my calendar, you have a link in the description of this video where you can save book a date with me, and we can check it together. If you're struggling, if you're feeling like, man, I'm obsessed with this riff, I cannot handle it anymore, let's check it out together, and I'm gonna help you, and I will promise you that you will have a plan to execute it, that specific riff, over the next days, okay? So, thanks for watching. I'll be posting more about that because it's one of the bands that I love the most. And for example, I didn't remember to say it, but I came with my Pink Death t-shirt. I love it. So guys, thank you for following me one more time. I'll be posting more videos, and I'm open to new recommendations as well. So drop in the comments if you like the lesson, also some recommendations, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.